find out which direction they go in, and that is to head on in and
Yeah,
start
it's funny.
off. Already, we're seeing more traditional to start, nothing wild. We're looking at Gambit in these early.
Okay, chat, let's see this.
Bans starting off.
Are we going to see an Elsa ban?
Sides, and nothing
Elsa ban
yet, but there's plenty of time.
Elsa save potentially coming through from RAD into, I'm guessing, a Loki or Mantis ban coming through from the side of Shikigami before they go into their own.
Oh, that's
Let's be
crazy. I had to
honest,
change my number
Elsa
after 15
save,
years of
we don't
spam
have
calls.
To be a
Oh
fortune
my
teller
god.
to be able to see that one coming. As, yep, there's the Elsa save.
Yeah, one of the
Now,
people
both
keep
teams
calling
will likely
me.
take the mirror for the Loki or potentially RAD go for Mantis here, seeing that Shikigami
I have caller
took
ID.
it out earlier.
So one of the people keep calling me. I don't know whose name is Iris. Do you guys know an Iris?
So far from the
It's how's it spelled? I think it's spelled like IRS. I keep putting them on block.
So far, this could be the draft from last series as well, Moxie, as we're sticking very.
I don't know. I have never went to school or known anyone named Iris.
We've been seeing so far all of today, with only really Vanguard Deadpool sneaking in outside, and there he is as a protect, not in the ban phase this time.
Breaking the fourth wall. It's very Wade Wilson, isn't it? You say his
Sorry,
name and
the
just like
script.
Beetlejuice, you've summoned him into
Gotta beat Beatles' last
existence. Oh, Rad's going to be removing
Wait,
the
what?
Daredevil
I get
from the side
Viagra
of
calls a
Frost
lot, and I'm a
Mountain.
woman.
This means
What?
that Shikigami
Wait,
might
what?
feel like they have to go for a ban onto Daredevil themselves.
Sometimes,
or
what's wrong with
we
being a
could
woman
see the
and
split come
getting
through if they
Viagra,
go for this ban here.
calls?
There's like debate. If they want to run the dive with the Venom, they know that the Luna White Fox team up is going to be problematic, so they actually remove the Luna and leave the Loki open. And I think this is maybe something that we're actually going to start to see more and more of. Taking out the Mantis so that the Elsa doesn't get the 12% damage boost also then means that if Loki makes it through, he doesn't have the team up with the Mantis, but in terms of weighing Loki up with Invisible Woman gives much more resources to the Elsa to be able to take an off-angle fight, as opposed to the Loki, who's going to be wanting to group up with the team.
We are going to see Loki allowed through for both teams, so it is still available if either one wants to pick it up, as we're going to be heading on into Hell's Heaven for our first game in this best of 5 series. There's a whole lot of weird hovers in the spawn rooms. We'll see how many of these actually make it out, so we won't go too much.
Okay, let's see this.
Here. But overall, the one thing I want to really point out,
I think this game is going to be much closer than the previous game that we just watched, chat. This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. Oh, by the way, you guys are saying Twitch drops. Don't forget, tomorrow are new Twitch drops. I think it's Daredevil, if I'm not mistaken. Daredevil Will of Galactica skin?
It's there if they want to go for it, but they don't have to use it. I think it's more important that they take it away from Shikigami, because Shikigami, like we said, they're a dive team. They've been playing mostly Daredevil with that dive.
It is Daredevil? Okay, so it is. I have to redo
the time to
what the
f where Rad will be, as opposed to just being like, okay, we'll send this amount of players to this exact position at this amount of timing and be able to find that first elimination. As we're actually going to get a Hulk mirror coming on for Isidore.
A Hulk mirror! I love it, bro. Watching Hulk gameplay is so satisfying.
But oh, the wolf grab from Frost Mountain delivers Ducky right into the clutching claws of Shikigami's crew, and they find the first elimination, make that the second. That will be a point cap unlocked right to Shikigami's side. Rad have nothing to be able to contest this.
Vertigo will be able to get away thanks to that White Fox teleport to make sure that they don't get caught out here. But
I don't.
wow,
Who's saving?
saving?
I don't know who that is. I don't think I've ever seen that person now. They show you everyone that's on the team before they play.
Lock down Lukia to keep them off their team, and then giving full freedom to Frost Mountain to isolate that Deadpool and capitalize for that first pickup of the game. As such, Shikigami can start to build up that charge. But in the meantime,
this cat, Tetra needs to do his mic a little bit, man. He's a little too quiet.
From that cosmic fast ball.
Unless that's just me, but if he seems like a very quiet caster.
They're going to try and push out with the thing. Lugia looking to try and put some pressure onto those mobile characters, but gets locked down again.
Yeah, great exile so that Lugia can't follow up now.
Oh!
Punched
in the face by a rock when you're ulting.
But also having both Emma and Thing in play means that Frost Mountain loses these grab opportunities on the Vanguards. As Kai is actually coming back on this range. Lindstrom uses God of Mischief to copy onto Nami, having Eternal Bond, which will delay Rad from getting the split.
Oh,
and long enough for
Spice!
Kai to
Appreciate the
come
massive
through on
prime
the
sub,
trade
my friend.
portal.
How you doing?
We're
How you
going
doing?
even further into delay territory because Eastor commits the World Breaker, and this is buying time for Nami to be able to hit an ultimate and force Mash to have to mirror.
Mash coming on in with that eternal bond here for a little bit of extra healing. Glass rocks from Crazy Kitty. The Apex Predator is able to isolate onto the Wolverine and try to barrel leap away, but will get picked off by Ducky. Counter from Leo to kite the backwards. Picks off Mash. Removes at least some of the healers.
Wow, Shikigami is looking really strong right now.
The team topped up to
Oh.
try to delay this fight longer, but all this is doing is trying to allow RAD for an eventual flip because we're at 92%. Shikigami's delay is paying off dividends here.
Yeah, this is a huge delay by Shikigami.
But it's at 99%, Moxie, and that's exactly what you want to see on Dom. If you can get the flip to happen when you're already on overtime.
Yeah, it's the opposite of what you want to see if you're a Rat
Nice.
supporter,
Good
though,
hold
because,
by
like,
Shikigami.
now,
Someone
if
said
you're
L
Shikigami,
portal as
you
well.
have
I
so
don't think
much
that was an
point
L
percentage
portal.
to
You
play with.
teleported
can
back
just
because you were
blow
the first one
bolts.
died.
We're actually even going
You
to see
teleported
that they're
back,
gonna be
you helped your
swapping. They're gonna
team,
go for the
you
group
delayed the points to
Moonlight
99, and
and
now
just
all
play
you have
the
to do is win
combo.
one fight, chat.
To
You
be
might have
able
used
to
your
take
portal a little
advantage of
early,
Mash
but
being the Loki, so the
if Rad does get to
unbounces means that your
99%,
Moonlight will
I'm
hit
pretty
hand
sure
upon
the
you
portal
so
might
much
come
sooner.
back
It also means that
online
Rad
and you
don't
could
get
use
the
it again.
opportunity
So
of just,
you
like,
could use
playing
2
for a
portals.
first pick before Shikigami can
Tremors!
play.
Appreciate the massive
And
new
Mash
tier
is
1
getting
sub, my
very
friend. How you
little
doing?
heal opportunities since Shiki aren't poking at the moment outside of that Moon Knight. Mash has no one to heal to be able to match Lindstrom's ult. The moment Shikigami hit Loki, they're just gonna go in with God of Mischief coffee.
A Sammy as well with the massive prime sub. Appreciate it. How you doing? That's popping off today. Oh, wait, the Moon Knight. Something we haven't seen in a very long time, chat. They have the moon. The goon.
Right off the bat, taking out Lugia, forcing out the Apex Predator to try and take them down, but a beautiful wall to allow the retreat. And once again, overtime starts to tick down. Here comes the dive as Emma touches.
I am doing fantastic. Appreciate you. I'm glad that the watch parties are back, bro. I have a lot of fun with you guys when we do watch parties. And Justin with the new membership on YouTube. Appreciate it. How you doing, Justin?
They're so disciplined. They're so content with, like, not looking for more if they don't have to do more.
I did tell you guys that I like Rad winning this, and I'm very biased because they have Lugia and Mash. Also, you can't go wrong with someone named Ducky when we have Ducks literally right here, right? So Shikigami
Mash is going to be able to just
doing really well.
that damage, channel it
I
out,
still think Rad's going to win, chat.
Even
if you lose the first game, it's a best of 5. First to 3 wins. So Rad can still bring this back. It's not the J3 curse. Stop. There's no such thing as a J3 curse. Before I start cursing you guys.
Which Rad, as I said, it's unmatched. They can't afford to meet it. They have to give up the space and make a play for a clutch Elsa ult, which
look. You guys are about to say, I'm sorry, J3. Once you see Rad win this next round, watch. It's not a best of 3, it's a best of 5. So it's a first 2-3. First to 3 wins.
Simple, not a gank attempt to a portal, but just a high ground.
Watch, I guarantee you guys right now, I guarantee you guys, Rad wins. I'll even go ahead and say that Rad wins the first fight.
Off the back, it's a massacre, Moxie! Rad are deleted off the board. The charge up from last round not needed thanks to the isolation of Kaya and Isidore, preventing any need for the wombo, so they drop it right off the bat. And that's Shikigami taking full control again to start building that percentage.
Yeah, it's one of those ults that you can go aggressive.
Yo, let's go Shikigami! I knew this team was gonna win, chat. I was a little biased. I knew Shikigami had this all along.
Is just going to shred through the runestones before Rad can live it. They do have Mash's ult here to make a move, but if they use first, and you can already see Leola's posted up with the Apex Predator wanting to grab people out of the path of Eternal Bond to set up for the eliminations on Shikigami, who still have not given flip, and they'll hold on to it longer yet since Name has later Eternal Bond, and Rad's whole ultimate economy might be torched just finding the flip the same way we saw previously.
We lose the Moon Knight, but here comes second Eternal Bond. Lindstrom once again, they're just trying to buy as much time as they can. No portal re-engage this time. Vertigo is going to mirror it, so it's all about Shikigami just delaying as long as they can. Frost about to try and roll back in as quick as they can, but
nice.
This will be a for Rad. They will take control, and this time quite a bit quicker. 51%, no portal re-engage available for Shiki, so it's time to potentially adjust a bit. They're going to move off of the Doctor Strange.
Nice. That's what I'm talking about.
but they will keep with that Moon Knight Groot combo, especially with the fact that Thing is still
Jay3
in play.
Curses live
They
and
don't
we are
get
seeing the
caught out by
consequences.
Wolverine.
RAD is
They
about
have
to get
Castle
3-0.
combo.
I'm
They still
sad.
have a
No.
fantastic combo.
If RAD loses 3-0, I would actually be very surprised, chat. I think both of these teams are
taking
really
a high
close
ground approach,
in terms of skill.
scouting, clearing all of the corners to
A
make
dub.
sure that
Appreciate
Crazy
the massive
Kitty
dono
is
on
not
YouTube, my
around
friend.
one of them, looking to grab
I really do
out
think
the
they're
Vanpool or
on even footing.
potentially that Groot as well, as they're actually going to invade closer into now Rad's own position. We can see Shikigami wanting to just play the high ground, have Lindstrom up, posted up there safely, out of the way of the Thing's clobbering time so that you can react to it with the regeneration domain. Smashness though, currently uncontested, takes out Leolas, strangling Prisons and Fetch from Eastal, but there's no follow-up from the hand of Khonshu. Frost Mountain is having to duelite Smashness instead, and Rad will be able to hold on to the fight as Elsa is let loose.
RAD are taking so much of an advantage over how this particular setup.
See?
They're
Game's
being
not over
great
till it's
behind
over, chat.
them And those those back room areas in order to try and just sustain, keep control, and not get caught, most importantly. That way they can just make sure they're split enough to not get capitalized. The Frost Mountain may have to drop some non-advantageous ultimates. There's a great Wolverine catch after being thrown around from one side. Last stand, enough to take out Kaya.
Yeah, that was solo ult. Onto the Vanguard Deadpool through the Banhammer. Mash, though, has allowed the inroad to come.
Why not ban Elsa?
I
I say the same thing, man. I think teams have a big ego and they're always like, hey, we have the better Elsa. No, we have the better Elsa. And then they let Elsa stay through, and guess what? They end up realizing that they do not have the better Elsa. Or maybe that, you know, they don't think they're as good as they thought they were and they lose.
Waiting for the CC immunity to be done. Huge Apex Predator from Leolas. Smashness tries to equalize.
Jay, is it one-sided bans? Yes. When you ban, you're banning for the other team and you're saving for your team. So even if, let's say, your team bans Luna Snow, your team can still play Luna Snow, but the other team cannot play Luna Snow.
They didn't have the sustain.
Hey, where are you guys now? Where are you guys now? Saying, where are you guys? You're quiet now. Quiet. You guys always forgot. When you win the first round of King of the Hill, you always lose the map. Always. Always. If you, this is how King of the Hill goes, chat. I'm gonna break down the statistics of King of the Hill. If you win the first map and you lose and you win the second map, you win the game. But if you win the first map and you lose the second map, you are typically probably going to lose also the third map, and you're going to lose the series. No team ever wins the first round, loses the second, and then wins the third. No team ever does that. They always lose. And listen, I have the house, I have the kids, I have the cats, I have the cars, I have my hair all on RAD right now to prove that I'm right. Watch. If I'm right, I'm stealing everyone's channel points, and I'm not giving it to any winner.
He did not use it in that overtime fight, but that tells me that Name has to be very cautious about how he invests this Eternal Bond. The immunity CC frames only last for the actual dashes themselves.
Caught out, lockdown, or even caught out before you could ultimate. Here comes the immediate pickup. Crazy Kitty getting to lose the attempt to grab battle versus Frost Mountain, but is able to escape thanks to Ducky, who will drop that silent seduction early, trying to take advantage. Shikigami, they will take the point with that pickup here, and they once again absolutely massacre RAD. This is what we've seen so far every single time, but last match, RAD were able to take this back a little bit
my god,
quicker.
they're bullying the Thing. Oh, they're playing with the Thing, bro. They're not... Oh, he lived! Oh, he didn't live. Oh, they played with him.
Yeah, it was a brutal play from Shikigami's side. Like, Name gets to use Eternal Bond, and then Rad have to position in anticipation of
I'll do it
afterwards.
Actually, I need to
catches the disengage when they're all stacked up.
I need to do my spots. It's okay, I got it.
Very little to be able to actually catch it with the shield. Ducky's still using Silent Seduction, so can't use the Aegis. And then the follow-up is just there with Leolas. and melts through those players from RAD when they don't have strategist ults. Speaking about strategist ults, though, we are approaching mashes, so they'll have second strategist ult cast here. Currently got the high ground too, but Isidore taking a little bit of damage, is just absorbing it, funneling it over, so Lindstrom has match, actually gets the Groot wall to interfere with Mash's trajectory of the Eternal Bond.
Oh my god, the map's moving! The map's moving! That is the dumbest thing in my opinion, chat. When the map starts moving, your Cloak and Dagger ult starts moving as well. It is so dumb, dude. I'm pretty sure a lot of support players here probably had their ults ruined because the map starts moving.
As they're chased off the point once again. RAD sent hacking here. Once again, we're looking at more similar to round 1 than round 2. We're up to 77% Moxie.
Yeah, that's a rough one. If they use Vertigo's ult as well to engage, Name just gets Eternal Bond unmatched. Crazy Kitty goes down early too, which means that RAD have to make a play because it's about to be OT. Eternal Bond, but like you said, the Groot will come through from Isidore. The dashes do get onto point. Terror Cave as well, forcing out the regeneration domain early on the side of Lindstrom. So
I still believe in RAD. RAD's gonna win this.
Cooldown, but they lose Smashness before the Elsa can ult, and Isidore has been an absolute
RAD
beast
still
on
wins
the
this.
Groot.
Straggling Prison holds them off the objective. No one can touch, no portal, and Shikigami take control and claim map number 1.
Woof, big plays coming on through from Shikigami. Like I said, like they're a very predominant dive team, but the discipline that they have when they played that dive, when you apply it to other compositions, the potential level is there, and we're really starting to see that potential come through. Isidore was
Babe, pack your
most
bags.
of
We
the
just
cats
lost the
America,
house.
flexed onto
We
the Vanguard
just lost the
Deathfall
cats.
when called for, but now we're getting to see a little bit more out of him in terms of playing.
We
things
just
like
lost
that
everything.
Groot. And he was putting the work in.
Pack your bags and make sure you don't put it in the car. We lost the car too.
The Moon Knight, when they moved away from it, were so good at grabbing multiple players on the side of RAD. Despite the fact that RAD had the cloak, they potentially could have used the Dark Teleportation to fade out of the CC connection, but he's so good at catching them just when it's used up.
Also, Isidore with just some of the best walls since China, blocking off the fade but the Eternal Bonds from the Cloak and Daggers, blocking off an attempted retreat from Lugia as he just tried to escape after being staggered for
Bro!
by just blocking him in the Ancestry charge. The isolations onto multiple people, blocked one Glatrox, just art. Beautiful performance there by Isidore. We love to see.
I mean, the fact as well that he got the elimination on Smash in that last fight on Frozen
Chat, hear me
Airfield
out.
when Smashness had Elsa.
Just because you
Like,
lost King of the Hill doesn't mean you're going to lose the series.
Able to win them that fight.
Hear me
and
out.
Then they lose Elsa
Just
before
because
they
you lost,
even get
you
the
still have.
opportunity
It's a best
to
of
use the ult
5.
because Isidore
It's a
just
best of 5,
catches
chat.
you with the
It's best of
primary.
5.
That's going to be it for this first map. Shikigami take the lead, but it's a best of 5. Plenty of opportunity for RAD to come back in, but we'll be back with map number 2 very shortly.
They're going on a break. Okay. Okay, chat, just as a heads up, we are doing ads while they're going on a break because nothing is happening. So trust me, you guys are not missing the games. You're not missing anything if you get an ad. I'm just making sure the ads are not being ran in the middle of a game. I cannot control what Twitch does. Twitch needs their stuff. Ow, I did legs yesterday. Oh, my legs are sore. I would buy this skin if it wasn't tennis. I'm still probably gonna get it in Psylocke, but I would love this skin if it was paddle. Or pickleball. I'm an old man, Chad. I like pickleball. I'm not a big, like, racket person. I'm not a big racket person, man. What's pickleball? I feel a pickleball. Pickleball is basically tennis, but on a much smaller court, and it's like a wiffle ball. Yeah, it's pretty fun. I like it. I do it because well, Emily got me into it, but I also like bought some paddles and some balls so I can do a little bit of exercise with my family. You know, you gotta do some exercise with your parents, chat. Get them out of the house, make sure they're healthy, you know? Oh, badminton is fun. I used to play badminton actually. I like badminton. Especially, what is it? Slapping the cock around. Ooh. It's pretty fun. Especially when you slap the cock around with your friends. It's pretty good. It's pretty fun. What? It's a shuttlecock, chat. That's what they call it.
More of an interesting development here as Shikigami winning out on Hell's Heaven to bring us to the second map in this best of 5. And we go to Central Park, which is not really too much of a surprise, Moxie, because
also,
yes, that we have seen
I'm pretty sure a lot of them were in ads. Listen, chat.
The problem, however, is that it's also
I cannot control what Twitch does, but I can run the ads during the breaks where nothing is going on, so you guys don't get the ads in the actual matches. I got you guys, okay? Z Myers, appreciate the massive prime sub. I got you guys.
So I think, like, while we're going to
the only thing that you guys are going to be missing is yapping.
We might actually get the head-to-head of
and or the only other thing that you're going to be missing other than yapping is probably them promoting their skins that you should buy. So don't worry, guys. You're not missing anything. I'll save the twerking when I'm not when there's no ads.
He was forced off of it because we know how good his Groot can be, wanting to be on the Emma because it's less barriers, but like for Central Park in particular,
just got into the game and you've been a big help in my development. Oh, hey, appreciate it, my friend. Hey, Z Myers, welcome to Marvel Rivals, bro. Being a part of this community is not only going to make you a better player, but also a better teammate. There are some risk factors. You are probably going to be losing your hair a little bit, but listen, when you take, you also got to give.
AoE, as much control as you need, with some burst when needed. This pre-torch, we're going to call it adjustment, because it's the jury's still out as to how effective that change will be with the new dash movement. But the fact is, it makes approach exceptionally hard because everything's on fire now.
It's and this
I don't think Rogue is going to be cooked.
But I guess the problem, however,
why are people thinking Rogue is going to be cooked?
Shikigami might have shown their hand quite early with trying to get that win against Na'Vi. I think it was Frostmountain that said in the interview that, like, as soon as the draft came through, they knew that they had won that
Ooh, Central Park. I like Central Park. Central Park's a good map.
Against RAD, I don't think it's going to be that clear cut. And RAD know about this composition now, so they have probably got a couple of ideas on how they want to try and deal with it.
Wait, the CC update fries Rogue, but what CC does Rogue have other than, like, pinning someone down and stealing their abilities? She has no other CC. I think what Marvel Rivals needs to do as well is they need to not cater to the pull-in. I don't think a pull is a CC, though. That's a displacement effect.
So
I think that's where Marvel Rivals does really bad on. They take displacement effects as CC. I don't think it's a CC.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how this one's going to go realistically.
I don't think displacement is CC,
a little
chat.
bit more expensive RAD playing on this map in particular. I think they picked
something that makes your character.
There were some moments that
no, chat. A push, like an Inviswoman push, is not a CC. It's a displacement. What is considered DC is like a sleep. You cannot control your character. A stun. You cannot control your character. A charm. That's a CC. That's a very fast CC, but that's a CC.
saying about like
displacement should not be CC in Marvel Rivals. It's not.
polishing the team players.
It is
opposed
not.
to their understanding of it, making sure that these teams are as coordinated as they can.
A Thor push is not a CC. He is kidnapping you and pushing you around a corner as a displacement ability. Are you? It's not a. It's not a CC.
Towards Shikigami, they've simply been playing together that little bit longer. They've had that more time to polish. Whereas the members of Team RAD, a lot of them have played together individually, but as at least a mostly unit.
Also, I'm pretty sure, like, I'm pretty sure this is the beginning of their changes. If you guys give feedback, I'm sure Marvel Rivals is going to hear it and be like, okay, wow, maybe we change it.
As time goes on.
Maybe we change it, or maybe we tweak the system. I don't know.
I just spotted too.
Let's test it. Everyone go on Twitter right now and say, you killed Bucky. Change Bucky. Buff Bucky. Give him back his CC ability. His grounding effect.
But this is expected them to be leading the line. Shikigami hoping to have a stalwart defense and a good attack inside themselves. We'll see how they do and whether we see that torch fly in the sky again.
Okay, we've already sort of laid the sort of foundations for what we can expect in the
Wait,
ban.
why did someone say the
Gambit
jiggle
instant ban
physics is
will
cooked
continue,
too?
And I feel like that's a no-brainer, especially if you're wanting like a triple
How do you
strat line.
notice
If you
this
are
stuff?
at some point wanting the Ultron, you don't want Gambit plus Star-Lord because Galactic Legend on its own normally beats Rage of Ultron. Galactic
I can't
Legend
imagine that, bro.
plus
I
Rage
can't
of
imagine
Ultron,
someone in
well,
the
that's a whole
room
new
playing the new
powerhouse.
update. My jiggle physics on my boobs are not the same. God, unplayable. God damn it.
Mantis, Gambit, see you later. Elsa, welcome to the map. And if we're gonna
I want my character to be able to run forward and her boobs bounce so much that they bounce back into her face and blind me and knock me out and give me a concussion. This is unplayable. God damn it.
It's these last two, this one protect, this one ban for each team where we've seen any adjustments so far.
Yeah, I mean, this could be like the Vanguard Deadpool. Well, there we go again. He's really good at breaking the fourth wall, isn't he? A timely man is Mr. Wade Wilson. So what did RAD go for here?
Yo,
Did they go for
Ian,
the
with the
Jab to try to
massive
take out the team up?
8-month
No, they're going to
resub
continue
on
going for this
Absolutely
Luna.
insane. I appreciate it.
Again,
Yeah.
I feel like at
CC
some
does
point,
not
especially in
mean
Central Park,
push-pull.
You know that there'll be
Displacement
elements
abilities
of that.
should not be
It's the way that the attacker able
CC,
to
in my opinion.
circumvent having to be funneled into one main route on the attack. You can split off, and having that Luna for the CC, having the Fate of both worlds as well for the potential damage boost, or even the CC immunity that it grants the Luna, so she can actually go
NT
with
Lime, appreciate the
the
massive prime
Elsa
sub, my friend.
Squatrox path, as opposed to some of these other strategists who are a little bit more static and where they can use their ultimates, is still something that you want to remove from play. As is, despite the Mantis being banned, the risk of Ultron showing up at any point. So Shikigami secure one-sided Ultron, but not one-sided Star-Lord.
Very interesting. So this can give them the capability now to not have to worry about dealing with multiple flyers when they head onto the point, but like you already mentioned, damage boost has been removed, at least from that Mantis, meaning that your damage boost sources are a little bit lesser now. While Ultron does offer a very slight amount himself, the other option is basically Storm, and we've not been seeing a lot of that other than some more fun hovers.
Yo, Storm is a low-key slept-on character, bro. One of the lowest win rate characters. Sorry, not one of the lowest pick rate characters, but also one of the highest win rates.
Is this potentially something to try and bait their opponents into looking into that or trying to counter what could have been more of a fire composition? In fact, Shikigami are looking to more static defense. They are pulling out the group as we were hoping, and we are seeing them bring in the Wolverines again. Isolate, wall off, pick off.
Not just that, but like Wolf can play many different ways. He can play for first turn Wolf, where you're trying to be more proactive and picking up Vanguards from Rad's own front line, but you can also play Peel Wolverine against things like the Venom, the Captain America. There's a lot actually that Frost Mountain can do, and it will all basically be determined by Rad's
Ian,
front line
appreciate the
themselves.
massive dono,
Since
my
Rad
friend.
aren't going for the Venom, aren't going for the Captain America, aren't going
Good.
for the Angela. It's going to be
Steak
more
is
of a
almost
proactive
steak
play.
is always going to
Coming
be
up
9
from
times out of
Frost
10.
Mountain,
Well, not
ideally
even 9
trying to
times out
grab
of 10.
Bucky
Steak is always
in
going to be
this
10 times
opening
out of 10. A lot better than lasagna.
Building so much
If you have a big fat piece of meat in front of you, or lasagna, You're going to pick the big fat piece of meat.
Beautifully though, Vertigo and Mad keeping them topped up onto the board as Crazy Kitty is looking for any kind of opening. Lugia on the thing once again, making the most of it before these tenacity buffs that are coming in the next season. As the pressure on the board, Crazy Kitty gets dropped low as they try and set up something into the backline, but unable to find a finishing blow. The regeneration domain will expire as Isidore looks to trap the retreating members. Dive on in, Matt falls down.
I really do
as
like.
Frost Mountain found a beautiful angle there to allow that first pickup.
Ooh. I really do
Rad
like what
doesn't
Rad
have
banned
the
for
means of
Shikigami though.
securing
They
space
banned
outside
4
of main.
supports, Luna,
This is the
Invisible
problem with Central Park
Mantis,
attack,
and
right?
also
This
the
is why you
Gambit.
always
But
have
what
a
I really
split
don't like
coming
that
through
both
from
teams
your
are
team,
doing,
but they're
chat,
just
is
not
they're
getting the
allowing
opportunity to do
Elsa
so.
in.
So
I'm
what it's
sorry,
going to
but
do is it
Elsa
forces
is
them to
too
have
much
to
of a
just take
problem.
these
You gotta
fights
ban her,
and build
bro.
up ults. It's taking a lot of time, and it's risky too.
Mother
because
is
they
gonna make
could lose someone
lasagna
before they
tonight.
can even touch
Yeah,
the
tell
point, which
her
is why
the
Mash
best
goes through with
lasagna
the
is
God
the
of
one that you
Mischief,
throw away.
goes for an early copy onto the Cloak and Dagger. Isidore already getting ready with the walls to just block off the disengagement opportunity so that they can just take Mash down.
Oh!
Fell
Holy
to the
shit,
base.
that was
She
fatter
took
than
all
my
time. Look
ass!
at the Loki, but the true God of Mischief is the Elsa
Dude!
behind them all along.
Smash there with the
Oh my
wraparound
god,
of the
that was a
playoff
lot
so
of
far.
that was a lot of
Literally
people, bro.
Everyone. And Shikigami's solid defense just turned into nothing. And look at this aggressive portal. Don't give them a
Dude,
chance
that
to
was
set up. Don't worry
insane.
about
Also,
the
I really
background.
like
We're
this
fighting
portal.
on
I
the
really
objective.
like this
The
portal because if you are
Early
able,
Max already set up on the
wow,
high
Mash
ground
got
as
2
Loki
kills
finds
on the
the
Loki.
ready.
Yeah, it has
That's funny.
regeneration
If
domain
you are
as
able,
well.
because I
Like,
think we
this is
saw
one of the
this against
trade-offs with Portal.
TSM,
You have
remember?
zero
If
map
you are
control
able to
when
win
you
this
actually
team fight
decide
and
to
hold
use
them
it.
in
So
this little
Rad
part of the
perfectly
map,
just split
that
their
is a
players
very
half a
good
and take
defensive
multiple
spot.
angles against
A
Shikigami.
very
So
good
if they lose
defensive
one
spot, which I
person,
think a
they
lot
can
of teams
still keep
actually
the
don't
rest of
really
the team
hold.
active. Crucially as well, they've still got point control. If Shikigami had been able to complete the full map flip and get the objective and then actually get those crucial eliminations onto the attack, then split their team with Rad having to play on the defense side and losing their players to half the team still being stuck on attack, you could be looking at a much more problematic time bank. Now though, they've got both the objective moving as well as all of the map space that Shikigami now have to walk back into,
Stephanie,
which
appreciate the match for
again
7
will
months.
come
Hope you're
off
having a
of
great
something
day.
like the Loki. God of
I
Mischief
know
being
you're having
used
a great
early,
day.
so
You're on a
Rad will get
J3
second
stream.
cast.
Trude, right, chat?
Just down range, straggling prison comes on out from Ducky, enough to finish off Leolas nice and quickly. This is going to give Rad the opportunity to try and make an opening here. Kaya's taken down as well. Lindstrom going for the Eternal Bond with the God of Mischief. Just to buy time. Give time for a reinforced straggling prison from Isidore. They're down numbers.
Wait, did he miss? How did he miss his... Wait, what?
So Shikigami, they just burnt everything, and Rad is still a full HP. They can't find a target. Crazy Kitty.
Oh!
With another fantastic last stand. And
Okay,
this is
Crazy
Rad
Kitty.
perfectly countering these
Okay.
things, perfectly dealing with the stragglers.
Hey.
And they are able to guarantee that second point early and already set up Crazy Kitty with a cosmic fastball.
Look,
Mountains onto Namor,
look what Rad's
which
doing,
means
chat.
that,
I'm telling
we're
you,
playing
bro.
for Punk,
Rad's
we're playing
looking,
to Scout,
they're
we're trying
looking
to,
awake.
Trying to just deal with the Wolverine. It's been very problematic for our front line to have to deal with. Going as well for Leolas with the solo strangling prison before Eastor could ult, now means that Leolas was not there with the follow-up Apex Predator. They've also been able to find an isolated Isidore by forcing the issue. And get both the
Wait,
Guru
what's
and
Shikigami
the
doing,
Namor,
bro? They're
which
just
means that
dying
she
one by
knows
one.
This fight is done. It's time to just go on to the objective and stall it out for as long as
Bro,
possible. so you can play
Shikigami's
to
looking
place
like my
respawns
ranked teammates.
and
Regroup?
one
No,
more
no, no, no.
fight.
I don't know what
Leolas
that
has
is.
been
Run
holding
forward and
his
die
Elsa
one
ult
by
for
one and
so
stagger and
long
lose
too.
the game?
Smashnez, honestly,
I like that
could
one.
just go
What
for
are
the
they
second
doing?
turn Elsa ult, so that when Leolas uses his, he doesn't get the opportunity to follow up on the Glartrox.
Healing up, Mash goes for the Eternal Bond copy right off the bat to make sure that they can just get the first initial engage. Look for Leo. Can they get that ult off quick enough? Smashness is going to pull the trigger first. Enough to take down Isidore, straggling prison. Leo
Oh, wow. Dude, this is a roll. Chat, this is a roll, bro. Cut the tape, bro. Cut the tape. Oh, man. Oh, man. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Oh.
Yeah, a little bit of a hiccup in the first few engagements on the Walker, but that was what we were expecting, right? When you're not playing dive characters, it's going to take fights for you to be able to build up an ult battery, walk into the defensive side, use the Eternal Bond aggressively to set your path so you can have the Terror Cape.
That's crazy, bro. That is
tries to go like, okay,
crazy.
this cloak so massively overextended. Easter's going to be able to wall off. They're not going to be able to escape. We'll just jump on them. We burn through Eternal Bond. Rad loses their engagement opportunity. Smashnez passes the stealth check with a nat 20 and then hits the agility check with a follow-up natural 20 for the Elsa Apex Predator. And from there, like, Shikigami just never really got the full regroup after the portal fight. They lost so much time on second. They didn't gain first corner control too, which is usually where the defense is able to stall out the attacker's time economy, and it just melted into free as well, where they lost players. They weren't able to get a full 6 versus 6 regroup to force Rad back and respect the space of the defense, and they lost the opportunity to go first.
The prophecy of Rad versus VP, where they were able to take the triple cap in their push last time as well, has come to pass. Can they break that prophecy though and actually not get triple push themselves? As Shikigami, they are starting on Storm with Mantis taken away. We're talking about what few options there are left.
Oh, they're on the Storm. Okay, I like this. I like this. I like this. Like I've been saying, chat, I think Storm is a really good... I think people need to put more respect on Storm's name.
Wolverine wants uppies. And Frost Mountain does not want to be anywhere near, as Easter's
I think you guys, a lot of people don't understand that Storm and Mantis, which is actually really crazy when I tell chat, hey, yo, if I do a tier list, Mantis is going to be really high on the tier list, and people are going to be like, what? Mantis sucks. No, Mantis does not suck. Storm does not suck. And when you have a Mantis and a Storm, you do extra, you know, the extra damage boost. You do a lot of extra damage, chat. With that extra damage, you get more ult charge. With more ult charge, you're going to get your ult faster. Bro, she is a really good character. Both of them, Mantis and Storm, are really good characters. There's a reason why they have very high win rates.
He just leaps through the portal and teleports to the new spawn. Absolutely love that, but rough times for Rad. Another resource taken away as Shikigami make incredible time. 5 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock for them to push on into the second point. A lot of damage is coming in from that low-key high ground positioning and a bit of stun coming on out as we do see the Phoenix from Smashnez to try and deal with all these group walls and low-key clones.
I wouldn't say Mantis is very playable on 2-2-2, because you do have a little, with Mantis has not that much healing because you're doing a lot of damage boosting, but if you hit a lot of headshots, probably. But no, I think Mantis is better in a 2-1-3 or a 3 support team comp.
Now we get the Loki coming on through, which means that you'll instantly lose the Banhammer taunt coming on through from Lugia. The Shikigami think that it's go time. They've got the Terror Cape, they've got the Elsa ultimate. Smashnez detonates it at least with the end song Inferno, but Shikigami still have sustainability with the Eternal Bond coming through from Name's end now.
That's a no one even died.
As well, preventing the Meteor M from landing the fall with the Terror Cape for the little bit of damage it did.
This is a $1 million question. Why do pro players sleep on Squirrel Girl? I don't think the pro players know how to master Squirrel Girl, in my opinion. Also, Shikigami for almost 6 minutes on third phase, bro. I thought Rad was doing well. Yo.
Maybe it's time to adjust. That Phoenix came on out. It seemed like a solid.
I'm telling you, chat, the Storm. People sleep on Storm. They switch off a Storm. They swap off a Storm.
So they lose the one.
Now they're gonna lose. I'm calling it right now. Shikigami should have stayed Storm. Now I think they're gonna lose.
It now looks like Rad might be able to stabilize their hold. They just went one elimination, one fight win on third. They haven't lost someone early to this engagement yet, so they still have the space. They're poking away. They're trying to destroy the terrain so that Shikigami get less opportunity to hide. But with all of the incoming poke and no eliminations off of the back of it, what Red are actually doing right now is battering Lindstrom's ult to be able to match Vertigo's.
Crazy Kitty is not fully stacked yet on that. Well, that will help be able to take down Isidore on that instant.
Nice.
Able to get the first pickups. They try to push on back and force Shikigami off the point. If they can get some stack and pickups, that would be huge.
Bro, I feel like Squirrel Girl doesn't have a playstyle. Squirrel Girl definitely has a playstyle. What are you guys talking about?
They're able to counter and get pickups of their own.
It's called get food, eat it, tape down your mouse 1, and leave your character standing still at a choke and spam down the choke and get kills.
But Kaya with the duel of the century there.
Yeah, I mean, forcing as well that Eternal Bond from RAD now means that Shikigami go into this next fight double strategist advantage. Mash has to stretch one God of Mischief copy against being able to mirror both Name's and Lindstrom's.
Oh,
and
nice
live
shot.
The Apex Predator, the Groot cast. Because the Shikigami, they're down the Elsa, but they still want to burn Rad's bank. They think that this is winnable. Eternal Bond comes on through from Lindstrom. Crazy Kitty tries to circumvent the path of it with the Apex Predator coming through from his.
I think Squirrel Girl is more of a like a noob stomper. When you Squirrel Girl ult, especially in higher ranks, I feel like, especially coordinated ranks like coordinated games like this, when you Squirrel Girl ult, people will focus it and shoot it down. I feel like in lower ranks, if you Squirrel Girl ult, no one's gonna look at it and they're just gonna kill everyone. So.
And RAD, they finished this point with 3 minutes 4 on the clock, and they've managed to hold.
Also, I do think in lower ranks, a lot of tank players or even players in general don't really know how to play their walls, so they stand out in the open in a choke. And if a Squirrel Girl spams down that choke, well, she's gonna do a lot of damage and probably get some kills.
Not just that, but Meteoram is a threat to Eastor as well. Strangling Prison is a projectile. We've seen multiple mag ults be used to eat the Groots. And Shikigami do not want to see Eastor's ult gone the wayside. Name, though, has to be, like you said, so careful, so cautious about that one-shot potential. Ensong Inferno held for as long as possible. Forced Cyber Dark teleportation. Frost Mountain gets the last time connection onto Mash, but doesn't complete the elimination. So Mash does get the God of Mischief off. Nama
nice.
Uh-oh.
Where is it? Oh! Yo, Shikigami was looking real good, chat. Remember, they almost had 6 minutes. It's going down, bro. It's going down. And also, yes, 2 players jumped off the map, chat. It is not haha. What are these pro players doing? Pro, by the way, XD. No, they jumped off the map, so the other team didn't shoot them, so they don't stagger as well. And if they don't get shot by the other team, they're not feeding ult charge, so... It is an actual strat. You are regrouping with your team there. Oh, Lindstrom, you can't die there though.
Taken down early though, so no defensive ultimate here with a Fade of both with a Eternal Bond here. So they have to regroup and make their way back to the rest of the team. And Shikigami, they keep losing people in these new.
Oh no. RAD of map flips.
Such a cope mechanism.
When Lindstrom comes back
jumping off the map is a cope mechanism.
Up the Loki a second time to delay
so you think, just let me understand this. So you think it is better not to jump off the map and feed extra ult charge to the enemy team and not stagger yourself? You think it's better to stagger yourself, feed ult charge, and not be able to regroup with your team?
Phoenix to react to Shikigami wanting to make a play forward. Lindstrom's going to use the Eternal Bond. Smash gets low enough, 37 HP, has to go for the Ensong for the health reset, as Frost Mountain gets to use the environment against RAD. Feral Lunge grabs one off the map, and Shikigami are making up for lost ground.
Quick teleport attempt from Smash.
Ooh, nice tracking.
The push comes on in. Wolverines are desperately trying to send people off the side. Frost Mountain's doing so much work to hold this together for Shikigami. Name's at 90% for their Eternal Bond to try and buy as much time as possible. Kai is committing onto it, but no one touches. That's going to be Shikigami.
Pro players, by the way.
3-3.
Pro players, by the way. They all just stood there like my ranked teammates. Do you want to get on point? Hell no. They're like TTK out there. Now, why would I want to die, chat? Gotta save my stats. Why would I want to play to win the game and play as a teammate when I could just save my stats?
With the pickoffs onto Shikigami, they get
Bro!
as well as that group, which means that Shikigami never get to stabilize their team, never get to sync their ultimates into one fight, guarantee win it, and then take all of the map control to eke out the attack. Ultimate economy.
That is crazy, man. That is crazy. It really makes you think that we live in a society.
Actually kicking off. That's what we got to see RAD just avoid entirely by coming on through with some of those picks onto Shikigami. Shikigami, though, they fall prey to it. They're able to just like go for the full regroup. They lose a lot of time. They're not able to just like push RAD into being able to bully them throughout the whole duration of third, which means Tetsuya, they have 1 minute in comparison to 3:15. The difference for them, though, was that it took RAD a little bit of time to unlock first. Shikigami did it in the first go, and you can tell that RAD, they're already thinking about a potential Storm attack comp because Smash Des is rolling out on them all.
a way to deal with potential flanks on the backline. Shikigami have been known to play multiple flyers and just wrap around with both flyers and dive, like for example that dead.
I like the Namor pick. The Namor pick, especially on this high ground, and you just throw squids behind them and they basically give back shots. It's a really good strat. I like it.
Don't have stuff like a group to combo with for a Horn of Proteus, but it's not about that. You might not even make it 2 ults with this little time on the board. It's all about buying time, slowing the assault, and preventing a loss from a flank.
Yeah, Ducky not being on Groot as well, despite being on defense on Central Park. This is so that you have more to react to the pressure coming on through from Kaya getting Banhammer up early. You can just bubble with Bulwark your team, or you can bubble yourself with your own Bulwark. But unfortunately, he still gets grabbed by Frost Mountain, taken down, and Rad now sans that Magneto. Might have to swap to
I feel like both of these teams don't know how to play first point. Like no one knows how to defend this point.
So they're trying to make people get to the point in time, but once again, Portal comes out not in time with a second on the board.
Damn, that actually sucks.
And now it's that overtime counter. Someone's got to be touching Ratatoska at all times.
I know you're a Rivals watcher, but what are your thoughts on the new Valorant format? Yeah, I'm gonna be completely honest with you, man. I don't know anything about Valorant. I don't know what the new format looks like. I don't.
Pushed up in terms
You're
of
asking the wrong person.
Frost
I'm
Mountain,
sorry,
the
man.
silhouette that is on the opposing high ground, waiting to set up a grab onto the Vanguard. Ducky's able to pull off his self-bulwark, though. Does not get picked through. And this time, Rad can keep that mag on the front line to stabilize it and hold the space for Crazy Kitty to get to work.
Ducky's on the flank, trying not to get zoned off by those group walls. Takes a lot of damage. He's able to wrap around without getting picked off, though. Lindstrom creeping forward with these Loki clones. So
come on, Rad. Come on, Rad. Rad. I need you guys to win this, bro. Oh, they have.
Glatrox comes on out, grabs one, tries to take them out of position here, but it's mostly Loki clones that are being focused down off the point here. Eternal Bot, full match.
What do I think about
right around the corner as it's for the Proteus.
Emily? I want you to play Windrose with me, please. Please.
Right on top.
Oh! Fat whale! God damn! That's looking like Jay3 out there. Oh, wait, they're losing the round. No, there's no way they lose this. Rad! Rad, step it the flark up!
Isidore is using balls. He's made himself a house, and he's trying to make it a home.
Why? Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Why was the Namor floating when there was a Cloak and Dagger ult on the ground? Play the ground so you can get healed! What are we doing?
As Rad are just falling to pieces at the moment.
What are we doing? Rad Pro, by the way.
Opportune times, they're not able to get this regroup, and they have to concede second.
Oh my.
Shikigami completes the push, goes to third. It's OT, so no extension of time. But Layla's just extended the distance they'll be able to pick up with a crucial late elimination going down onto Crazy Kitty. No Elsa in play, no Vanguard's getting poked down early. Eastor is going to have such a safer time of setting things up as Ducky is onto the Emma. He's had enough. He wants to just brute force Rad forward.
Jay, there's a reason why you're not a pro. Oh, trust me. I am perfectly fine being a content creator, bro. Oh, man. Shit, I will never be a pro, bro. Damn it. Nice shot. Ooh!
Kaya takes out Lugia, and Rad, even with numbers advantage, they're getting picked off on the flanks, but it's the whole staircase still.
Rad is how you say they're panicking, chat. They're panicking. They're shaking right now. Their knees are trembling.
Pushing into the spawn room to try and just zone them out, to try and hold them. But Lugia's coming back in on that Deadpool to buy every second they can. Eternal Bond from Mash. They're throwing everything they can at this Moxie.
Yeah, but Leolaz with the Elsa ult just carries the rest of Mash's team outside of the Eternal Bond healing. Still, Rad closer.
Oh no, oh no, oh no. Shikigami has both support ults, and not only just both support ults, they also have another support ult with Captain America. Oh,
They've still got the ults. Nami's about to come through with another cast of that Eternal Bond, but Ducky with the Emma ult might be able to get the
oh!
charm onto the CD.
Oh my god, it's a big pick. They killed Cloak cloak and dagger with their ult.
Instead, but they've spotted two
Oh!
on the off angle.
Huge back shots.
Down via Ensong. Rad still just trying to stop Shikigami from getting
Uh-oh, if that person comes back. Wait, they...
line, but that means that the cap is not there to sustain
Bro.
position on point. And
Bro,
finally,
this is going to be really hard for Rad. Rad did have 3 minutes, mind you, chat, but Shikigami only had 1 minute, and they pushed that far.
They got to third.
They got to third. They got to the entrance to the throne.
Even if they have 3 minutes, chat, they could still get full hold on first, bro.
This team can be with dive-style compositions, but the flexibility of others there, just with a Groot Wolverine once again, showing the combos between Lindstrom and Frost Mountain here. Isolation. Now there's a wall. No one can heal you. You're gone.
You know.
It's
You know Shikigami, when they lost their cloak and dagger ult because she got flanked and died, you know they're typing GG no heals, bro.
Like, I know we have the argument about, like, what constitutes a sandwich. Like, is a hot dog a sandwich? That was a Groot wall sandwich. And you just, like, you could not get through the walls. You could not get to the Groot. Shikigami had all of the stall to be able to get the strange teleport.
Is hot dog a
and
sandwich?
it fell apart from there because Rad were just so
Is cereal
out of tempo.
soup?
Like, their players were scattered all around second. They weren't able to complete the regroup. They lost Crazy Kitty way too late before Shikigami even started pushing that point through third. And it just meant that they gave so much
Is a hot dog
space.
a taco?
3:15. This is going to be a
Is it?
Herculean task to be able to pull off to match the distance Shikigami were able to put up.
The Herculean task was completed by Hercules and Heracles, depending on your pantheon of choice here. But that does mean it is possible already. We can see Crazy Kitty was looking to see if anyone was in position. Didn't find anyone,
A
so
soup has to have broth.
if they can grab someone, which they do. Jump pad, Frost Mountain, taken out early. That's
I mean,
Phoenix
does
off
it?
the
Does it
board,
really
and
need to have
immediately
broth,
Brad
chat?
push on in, looking for their
I'm pretty sure there are some
opportunity
soups
to try and
that
create much of a snowball as
don't have
Shikigami
broth.
did. Frost Mountain not going to the strange. They think their team can hold this and they can make it back. Phoenix is a quick rotator to make it back to the point, but already several points lost onto the board here. Isidor's isolated, sent off the edge beautifully, and Crazy Kitty is showing the power of the Wolverine on their side this time.
Yeah, so it's not just the fact that they think it's holdable, why they're not going for the
Oh
strength,
my
it's
god,
also
8
the
HP.
understanding of, well, if Rad cap first, they don't get an extension of time, right?
Okay, let's
So
see this. Let's see this.
It's actually better for Shikigami because of how much distance that they were able to get in their OT attack that they hold
Okay,
off
chat.
and look
Oh,
to
they're trying to
use
set up for the
portal
portal. They're trying to
fight
set up for the
here
portal
to
already.
run directly on top of Rad. And set up a Terra Cape vulnerability with Eastor just...
Oh, they teleport. Oh! This is the first time we're seeing Bucky as well today.
Maximum delay, maximum disruption onto the point to try and deal with that Wolverine.
This is the last time we're probably going to see Bucky as well until they murdered our boy.
From Ducky comes on out enough to finish off Isidore. You can only stop being displaced. You can't stop being captured by the group. Smash is on the flag. Dark Force teleport, allowing Nami to hold, but it's only delaying here as Rad are once again dominating the fight. But that time bank is ticking down.
This is what Shikigami is doing, right? When you're defending in overtime, you take as many fights as you possibly can to wear down both the time bank and the ultimate economy.
Uh-oh,
Rad
chat.
have to
Uh-oh.
win
Yeah,
these
but
fights.
Rad does
Shikigami
have
don't
all
actually
5
have to win
ults now.
one
Now,
until we
Rad...
OT. Like,
If
that
Rad
Deadlock
goes
still
into
has
this
a
next fight and
very
pops all
long
5
way to
ults, I
go,
think it
and
might be a
Rad
GG
are
for
about
Rad.
start running
They
out
need
of
to,
time where they can actually leave it with only one
Nice.
person on it.
Good
So
stagger. Good
Shikigami,
stagger.
which
That's a
is gonna
huge
wear
pick.
Rad
That's a
down.
huge
This
pick.
is
Get the cart
literally
moving.
going
Get
to
the
be
cart
a
moving.
battle of 1,000 cuts.
Shikigami right now doesn't have all their ults, chat. Rad, they're sitting on a huge ult economy.
Deep into the back line to see if they can catch someone out of position, but Crazy Kitty is going to get dropped low, but will be able to tank on through corners. Marcus comes on out. Clobbering time from Lugia.
Oh, huge. Oh! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Shikigami are back to spawn.
Oh my
With
god!
28 seconds remaining.
Oh!
Breakpoint 2. And
Sorry, if you were
Ryan's
just
gonna
listening
come
to
down
this
the
stream with
final
just
seconds.
sound, probably turn it down a little bit, especially if you don't have if you're on speakers right now. But oh my god, yo, Dub, Preacher Massive don't know again, my friend. They are. That was delicious.
They've still got Apex Predator. They've got environmental drop-off potentials too with the staircase right there, and we're about to hit overtime.
That
This
is
has
a
been the
crazy
fight
kitty,
that
chat,
Shikigami
yep.
have literally been waiting for, and they've got the ults to go first and get the eliminations to just take Rad's chances away.
But just going deeper to the back level to see if they can take out Loki. If they can, that removes so much healing. Won't be able to find the right target. Catches Frost mounted on the flank, though, who's onto the Star-Lord. Built up full ultimate here as they forced back onto the point, sending out that Dagger Storm for the healing bubble. Keep the team topped up. Lugia's on Spider-Man to try and get environmental.
Oh my god! That's their tank player! Their tank player! Oh my god!
By some time onto the point here. Leo
That's
takes
another
down
huge
Roscoe,
ult.
removing the healing. Mash is bought as much time as they can with that Eternal Bond as Frost Mountain is being focused by Spider-Man. Flips it, chases them down and picks them off. That overtime starting to look a little bit lower, Moxie, but they're delaying it. They're holding
Good
Ducky
wall.
set up his own private domicile.
Chat,
He
this
will
might be
not
GG's. This might be
harassed. He's
GG's.
buying as
I-
much time
if
on the point as he
Shikigami
can.
might win this.
The portal back in. Lugi has moved over to the Cloak and Dagger just to make sure they can
No
keep
way, they got the
onto
portal down. They
point.
got the portal
The
down. This
red
is
side
huge.
fully
This is
there.
huge.
Shikigami
Oh my
needs
god,
to
what a
make sure they
game,
have
chat.
the
What a
point
game.
right now across
What a
the middle.
game.
Goes down. Bodies
What a
rushing
game.
forward.
20.22.
Time. Eternal Bond gets to the point in time. We're down to the last few seconds. Everyone has portaled. Everyone has reinforced.
Oh no, no, they add runes! You let your ducky die!
Kicking down. Wolverine looking for the isolation. Vertigo.
Why
is
you let
trying
Ducky
to
die?
deceive, but keep the shield up. If they get displaced, it could be huge. Vertigo's down.
Oh my god, they're close, they're close, they're close to support ults, they're close to support. Hey, they didn't get their support ult!
Masterclass and hard to play OG.
Bro, Rad
Come
almost
down
had
first
both
from the side of
support ults
Shikigami.
and they
It
had
gets
greens,
close.
but
Like,
they
Rad
were.
did a really
I
good
don't know
job,
if it was on
especially
cooldown,
just
but
Lugia
that
coming
split
back on
second
the
let your
Spider-Man,
Groot
which is absolutely
die.
wild because it derails the whole plan. The Shikigami
No
had that he still gets grabbed
fucking
off of the map
way,
when he has
bro.
freedom. We get to see as well the pressure coming on on Star-Lord.
Point
Nikolai,
22 meters.
because of being able to use the iframes.
Oh, look at
of the
this! Look at
Star-Lord
this!
ship
Look, this is why
to
stats
live,
never
get
show you the whole
reload,
picture,
take
chat.
the
Look at
Spider-Man down, and
Shikigami's
continue that
stats.
ultimate.
If
But
you
at
looked
the
at
end
these
of it,
stats,
with
you'd be like,
Shikigami
wow,
just
Shikigami probably got
understanding, well,
fucking
Rad had
rolled.
3 minutes
Look
plus
at
on the
this:
time bank.
20
We don't have to
finals,
win the
19
first
finals,
fight.
23
We just have to make
finals,
sure that we
but
take as many fights as possible so that
Shikigami
when we
actually
get to
won
the
that round.
overtime fight,
46
Rad are
and
so
8.
spent in ultimates
49
that we
and
can start
7,
just
50
taking
and 8,
players
and you
away,
still
taking
lost.
space away, playing for the long OTs, and
62,000
getting to,
healing,
honestly, take the fight all the way
70,000
back so you have
healing.
closer respawn advantage.
What an insane.
Oh
matchup.
my
You talked
god,
about that.
dude.
That was a masterclass on how to play overtime, but honestly, from both teams.
Yes.
That we wanted a close series, and while this is currently sitting at 2-0, could we possibly ask for more? Could we be spoiled
Jeez.
such a close matchup between these two?
I'm pretty sure they're gonna go on a break right now, chat. So
Easily could have taken that. Shikigami did take that, but they fought tooth and nail to get.
I actually
anything here.
cannot
This
believe
was a
that is
masterclass from
how
both teams.
insane that
Not
match
just
went, bro.
When to reinforce,
That is
when to take these fights,
insane.
when to come back in, but also when to swap, bringing out the thing, bringing out the Wolverine.
That is insane, chat.
The adjustments off the Groots at times, just when needed, and wow, just I'm shooketh. That was art from these teams. This is
Wow.
legit.
Yo,
You're
Rash
the
for
best
15
of
months.
them all.
Appreciate it. Oh, wait, going back to the
that
money. Yeah,
overtime
what is the
fight
money looking
is
like?
going to go down in
Rad
history.
had
For sure,
61%,
but we'll see if there's
$2.7
more
million.
monumental historic events. We'll be back
Shikigami
with that
has
three after
a
this break.
39%. If Shikigami wins this, chat, that's a big payout. Okay, I'm gonna go pee real quick. I think they're going on a little break. I'm gonna go pee, chat. Don't go anywhere. Get your popcorn, get your water. Can Shikigami finish this, or can Rad come back and reverse sweep? If Rad reverse sweeps, cinema. Okay, I gotta go pee real quick though. Ugh.
Let's make a deal. Peekaboo. Hup. So stealthy.
That's how we do it, Catwalk.
Eat your heart out, strange.
Watch out, they're headed our way. Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
Here's a pretty crazy stat from that last map. 40 eliminations total that Shikigami were able to get. RAD at 77.
Oh, okay, sorry, I'm
RAD
back.
Almost eliminated Shikigami twice as much as their opponents. And
King
still lost.
Breakfast,
On a
appreciate the
map
massive new
choice
membership
that
on YouTube,
insane
my friend.
thing is when they
Absolutely
lost against
insane,
Virtus
appreciate
Pro.
it.
Pushed to the end of the map, as did VP, and then VP pushing in OT pretty much towards the end. Cost RAD here. We're going to Arakoa Tetra, and it feels like things could easily unravel.
Arakoa?
They've not been
Isn't it
pushed like
Arakoa?
this against an opponent that most of us assumed would be.
I don't know. I'm Florida, so I'm probably wrong.
The fact is, these two teams, we talked about it, are so close, and it's going to come down to who's able to deal with a high-pressure situation. And once again, Shikigami have been playing together as at least a 5, now a 6, for quite a while. They're going to have a potential mental here where it comes to dealing with these tougher matches that go to the limits, whereas RAD, they are all individually like that because we've got players from 0 to
Damn, your mods are thirsty.
Separate, incredible players coming together, but we talked about it before. The same
Do they
thing
want some
happened to
water?
Versus Virtus Pro. They've just had the triple push over.
I don't give my mods water though.
that's
That's something they have to get on their shift themselves.
On your
I don't
map
supply
choice as well,
water.
Moxie, it just feels like RAD.
I only give them bread with a very dry bread, but I give them no water.
Shikigami, who it's their most played. They've played it 3 times, won twice, lost once. It feels like RAD sort of throwing caution to the wind, and maybe they feel that there's something exploitable here on Arakoa against Shikigami.
I mean, it feels like for both of these teams, they're just stronger on attack than defense, right? Something that we got to see on Central Park. Both teams very quickly caved open first. Both teams got to play snowball momentum to be able to secure second, and then
Popeye's
RAD
biscuits,
also able to
exactly,
just
bro.
Secure more
You know
eliminations
what's
later
something
on
that's
to take
slept
apart
on that a lot of
Shikigami
people
to
don't
secure
like?
third. And I feel like that's something that RAD are going to try to take
Cornbread.
advantage of. Because like if you can
Cornbread
get a
is
full push on Arakoa,
delicious,
then you're already
man.
doing much better.
Oh,
than a lot of the
I
teams that
love
we
me some
actually get to see
cornbread, bro.
Play this map because of, again, it has the same sort of
Nah,
like,
see,
problems
look
as
how many
something
people are
like
saying
symbiotic
ill to
surface.
cornbread in my
If
chat. You
lose
guys
one
have
play on
no
second, you
taste.
lose all
Cornbread
of
is
the momentum. It takes
delicious.
a very long time to be able to take map space on first as well, since now a lot of teams have wised up to the flanking routes of things like Psylocks, Daredevils, anything that would try to get behind and split your attention, and that gets dealt with very, very quickly while still being able to maintain a solid
Damn,
front
I
line.
want some cornbread
It
now.
feels as well like I remember Ash was saying in one of the interviews that it's hard to play honest against them because they're so good at exploiting the draft. But Tetra, the drafts have been almost identical outside of a couple of characters towards the end, and more notably, Elsa being protected on both sides every game so far. This is a long sightline map, so Elsa's going to be really good. But we have seen a lot
Yeah,
more
cornbread with a
2-2-2.
little bit of honey.
Wolverine especially, very good on this first point. Crazy Kitty and Frost Mountain have been playing it a ton and finding success. It really does feel like this is the most honest type of Marvel Rivals that we've seen RAD have to play because of the Elsa being in the game and the 2-2-2 lineups.
Honestly, yeah, we've seen them just being forced into these kind of mirrored setups with Mantis taken out. We even saw the singular ban on Ultron really trying to commit to, nope, you're going to play 2-2-2. You're not
I
gonna
tagged
play
you on
for
Discord,
practice.
babe.
Shikigami tried to drive.
Nima asked a question.
And incredible Marvel Rivals from RAD, but right now they still need to recover. They are on the point of being sent to the lower bracket here. If there's any team that can do it, it's
Oh,
RAD.
that's cute,
They
King.
are
That's
one
cute.
of the best in EMEA and have continued. to
Cornbread
grow
is
after
disgusting?
coming up from MRC.
Of course you would say that. You're a Daredevil player, bro. You have no taste.
Literally every
Oh,
game.
oops.
We talked
Oops, I
about
didn't mean to hit that
seeing the
button.
series Go to a 5-mapper. I would not be surprised, especially with how good they are on Elsa,
whoops.
Wolverine, all these characters that excel on point 1.
Okay, so on that subject, sorry Moxie to put you on the spot because it's like you predicted RAD which player?
Ooh, Mr. J, a few days ago I presented my professional exam and I'm already a doctor and a medical journal accepted. A paper I was working on. Hey,
Honestly, depending on
W.
how band draft goes. If you get Elsa,
Damn, if you are a doctor already and you also are like doing medical journals, that must mean you're probably like, you know, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Can I get 100 gifted?
It was that multiple times they just
I'm
weren't
joking.
able to regroup,
That's
weren't able to get
shameless.
the timing right
I'm joking.
on things like setting up the
I'm
strange portal
joking.
to contest first, which then led to second snowballing so massively out of control.
I'm joking.
And more, like less so about what RAD are doing, more so about what Shikigami are doing, shutting down Isidore. Because we talked about like the roster of Shikigami coming into this. We talked about, you know, like Kaya's being a standout.
Congratulations, though. That's
Venom.
awesome.
We didn't really talk that much about Isidore, but he's
Okay, chat, let's go.
having
Map
a
3.
career-defining match so far today. He's been unstoppable.
So they need to shut the Isidore essentially.
Yeah, Doctor,
That's, I guess
what do you
that's
call
the
it?
direction maybe
Doctor
of there
school
where you
loans
can
are
push it if
not
they wanna
a
make this
joke,
free
dude.
now. I'll leave it to
That's
you
a lot
guys
of
to
money.
debate as we go for the draft, seeing if it's
You
gonna
know,
be
to
any
be
different
honest
from
with you
yours.
as well,
Ryan's running away before we can criticize him.
I
for
did
that
2
pun.
years of community college and I was going to go do my nursing degree, but I never got to that point because I did gaming and gaming blew up for me.
you.
Oh, boy.
Well,
Um,
let's head into what
I'm
could
ki-
potentially be the
I'm
last
kind of
game
glad I
in
didn't
this
have to go
best of five series,
into like
or it
that
could
whole
open the door
debt.
for a potential reverse sweep as we begin where
Like
we
the student
always
loans,
begin,
bro.
it
Student
seems,
loans
and
are
for
a
us at least, with a
bitch, and
gambit.
I feel bad for anyone that has those.
Not too surprising here. We're going to see a Mantis, and then we're going to see an Elsa, then we're going to see another Mantis, then we're probably going to see a Invisible Woman. These teams have locked down the start of the draft. Again, it's when we start to get a little bit further in where we start to see more adjustments as time has gone on.
Wait, I don't get that. Imagine you're in the middle of a surgery and J3 comes in as your nurse. Yeah, what's wrong with that?
You would certainly hear us react, but so far,
All your
everything's
blood would be
following
going to
the
different parts of your body, but like that's good.
Yep,
That means
and
your
there's
blood's pumping.
mirror
You're
ban,
alive.
right?
Good.
There's one from Shikigami.
It's Harvard.
Do RAD equalize with the Invisible Woman being unseen? Yep, there we
Yep,
go.
There we go.
And now what's the save coming on for? Like, previously we got to see a little bit of focus go out onto the Vanguard Deadpool. Very, very strong, honestly, on Arakoa, having a Vanguard who can take some of those off angles, put pressure. Also, who has
Graduated
range
with a
fight
nursing degree
as
10
well,
years ago and just
without
paid it
being
off
heavily
all the
reliant
loans. It's
on
been a
melee,
bitch.
but
Yeah,
it
okay,
looks like we're gonna
congratulations,
see a
though. That must feel
deviation
like a
this time.
huge
RAD will be
weight
securing
off your
themselves
shoulders.
the
Congratulations.
Loki.
That's awesome.
So they'll be able to have like Loki,
I
Cloak and Dagger
never had to go into
potentially.
debt
Adam Warlock
for
is going
school,
to be the
but
instant reaction ban coming out from Shikigami. This is a
I
convoy
do
map
obviously have a
after all,
mortgage
and
for a house,
Loki,
and
Adam
it's like
is
a dark
surefire
cloud over
way
me,
of
bro. I'm
running off
scared.
A lot of time on an attacking first point, or even securing a full hold, which now means do RAD go for the Adam ban? Likewise, no. They go for the Cloak and Dagger, so potential struggle through first, but when we branch out into the rest of the map, that Cloak and Dagger ban will be coming through in full.
Shikigami do have the possibility of going double reses here if they did want to bring in Adam themselves after taking it away from RAD. That would obviously be on
Another 4 support bands, chat.
But
Another
it gives
4
them some
support bands.
flexibility when it
Invisible
comes
Woman,
to
Gambit,
their
and Mantis are the
defensive
3 of the
side.
same
Now,
bands.
RAD, they have been given access to the Ultron, and Smashman is thinking about it. There's a lot of options here for them to try and break out of the first spawn, and as usual, these teams are giving us some spicy hovers. We'll see about any of those as we begin to
I mean, a lot of people are just taking out the good supports. If you take out the good supports, you're forcing the other team to go on the bad supports, and well, if you do that, then like they're not gonna have good defensive ults. Yeah.
by characters like Wolverine, like Angela, who are so popular on this map to try and catch you out of your defensive positions here. So RAD, they are looking at an Ultron and a White Fox here with Luna Snow to really counteract anyone who's trying to get onto that backline.
Yeah, good CC immunity, and also like you're going to have Lugia going to the Captain America, so basically being able to drive into Shikigami's backline, but also still have presence on the objective itself to stall out for as much push as possible, allowing the rest of RAD's team to anchor their positions around actual map space as opposed to the objective itself.
Okay, let's see this, chat.
Crazy Kitty tries to chase down Frost Mountain, who grabs Lugia and actually takes Ducky down, so that means no mag.
Come on, RAD. You guys gotta win a map, bro. You guys gotta win a map. You guys don't want to go out 3-0?
So Lugia makes the
Come on,
decision
Rad.
to
Get your shit
self-sacrifice
together, bro.
onto the
I
point,
was rooting
go
for you
down,
guys.
still alive for a little
You
bit of
guys
push,
are
and
the
also
you guys
opportunity
are the
to swap onto
J3
the thing
teammates,
to counterplay the
winners
Wolverine,
of the
which
Boger Bash.
already, as we talked about, these teams both looking strong
Wait,
on the
chat,
attack,
if they're losing
secured the first
2-0
fight win for
right now,
Shikigami with
and
very
I'm not on the
little Rad could
team,
do,
does that
and it
mean
reads
low-key
in
I'm the
ultimate
difference
going
maker?
I hope Lugia likes the thing because Shikigami have
Thoughts?
forced him to it basically every single game so far.
Maybe you need J3 to win?
Look for an opportunity to try and ice it. Someone bad hammer onto the backline, but Kaya's dropped incredibly low.
I'm gonna go ahead and
Have a
believe that's
rocket
true.
Low-key backline, so potential close onto a copper's Garn Amplifier or even aggressive copies with Lindstrom stealing it from their opponents. But Kaya is going to be sniped off by Smashnez, brought back in the Battle Rebirth Beacon. It's not going to be a permanent sticking elimination, but it is enough to force a repositioning regroup out of Shikigami.
Smashnez has to be very careful about his positioning. You can see that Lugia actually is having to mark that right lane to make sure that Shikigami don't take an off angle and put the pressure on the Ultron.
I actually really do like the Ultron pick though, because the Ultron pick, who's gonna shoot you besides maybe the maybe the tank Deadpool or you know Leolaz? No, Frost Mountain can't really get you. The Groot can't really get you. So you're doing really good.
That they lost on the first fight loss.
Shikigami going to be sticking with the same composition, not going to be adjusting.
NA does play later today, yes. It always starts with EMEA first because, well, EMEA is it's already much later for them.
It's going to be the Cosmic Yarn Amplifier for Lindstrom, so damage boost. Here is the commitment onto the point. Smashnez immediately pulls down to the low ground. Can't afford to get picked out of position here, so it's a retreat. They can give up a little bit of space here as long as they don't lose the objective as they push onto the point. Ducky looking for an opening to try and isolate people on the point and will find Frost Mountain, utilizing the Iron Root Wall to make sure they don't get knocked down. Finds the high ground, keeping the team isolated, keeping them separated by Fox Teleport. Isidore with Dragon Crystal off their own second.
Oh no.
Amplifier is allowing Shikigami to at least take a slight advantage, but Rad not giving up the space as they bring out Kumiho.
Oh, it's cost them both Kumiho and Rage of Ultron, which is why Vertigo had to commit the ult. Smashnez down in his ult, swaps to the Strange for the teleport, wants to be able to refresh the players with Crazy Kitty coming back into the fold so close to the
They kidnapped their own thing.
Not wanting to get
Oh, bro, he was just punching and he went through a portal. He was so confused. That's funny.
The Strange portal to drop before they decide to make a play with their own Elsa ult. And Lindstrom having the regeneration domain. First turn comes out onto Crazy
Oh!
onto half of Shikigami.
There we go, Rad!
That will be fight one for Rad. Shikigami get one more crack at first point, or we see a full hold.
45 seconds on the board. They haven't used Strange yet, so there is Portal available for Shikigami where it will not be available for Rad. They've regrouped, they've reset. Crazy Kitty retreating
the storm.
back to move away. And
They've swapped to the storm,
like you say.
It's the central
potential.
bug damage boost. They're just going to try to steamroll onto Rad directly. Like you've got the storm to be able to set up Leolaz. You've got Easter as well, potentially be able to come on through with a late strangling prison. Lindstrom will kick things off with Cosmic Gun Amplifier 2, which means that Shikigami will be stocking up their ults like crazy.
Amplifier number one, Isidore building up towards the Straggling Prison to try to isolate the team. Traps the thing for at least a moment. Ducky's taking so much damage, he can't create a roof, so it's just focused down. Bad hammer into the background as well, try and focus them down. No,
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Finished off by Lindstrom through a fatal
They got shredded through that ult.
Damage boost pays off dividends. No
like they said, the damage boost dividends, bro. Storm is so good. People are sleeping on Storm. I always put Storm very high in my tier list because I think Storm is so good, but people just don't play Storm. It's like Mantis. I keep telling you guys, Storm and Mantis, the damage boost, chat, so good.
Of the full hold yet
So
again
good.
with Frost Mountains. Swap onto the Storm, which he is so known for. Ducky comes on through the Strangling Prison. The walls from Easter, though, and there's very little follow-up outside of Rad being able to secure themselves a little bit of more high ground push, but they still can't commit fully to it, as they also have to control corner at the same time.
Oh no, that was a blind. Oh, still got two somehow.
And once again, Rad, they're able to take yet another fight. But it's always in these last seconds where Shikigami seems to be finding value. We have the Omega Hurricane at the ready. Leo rejoins to see if they can continue to build up towards their own Apex Predator here. But Smashnez, Rage of Ultron, Vertigo, Kumiho. They have a lot of tools to try and tank through this. But will they have enough to stay to deal with that storm?
Yo, all good.
keeping pressure.
I hope you're all
Comes
good,
on
bro.
in.
Appreciate the
Shikigami
massive
wants
prime
to get
sub.
right
Welcome,
to the
welcome.
back.
Gordo,
Right
please for 2 months as well.
With Ducky on that Groot, who's going to get walled up, going to get focused down, trying to finish him off with the Omega Hurricane coming on out. Down goes Lugia Gold. The backline, they're just trying to blow it up with Ultron, and it's enough. They tanked on through that beautifully.
Wow.
Nice smash there.
Yeah, but they've lost Lugia with the clobbering time. He's going to swap to the Strange to portal back into this fight. Instead, Banhammer, as Kaya goes deep, trying to force out the Kumiho Unleashed from Vertigo. They just don't commit.
Wow,
The White Box ult.
Shikigami kind of just
Looks like they're going to be
rolled
content
right there.
instead to
I'm
just
pretty
have
sure they're going to
everyone
get second
river
point
through
here
the
now.
Strange teleport and jump out with the Luna ult to be able to stabilize it. But if they get body blocked, this could be very dangerous. No, they get through. Fate of Bifrost comes out. Shikigami tried to just disengage the fight before RAD can get on top of them with one-sided Luna ult, utilizing the regeneration domain as stepping stones to buy their path out and then back in. But Vertigo still has that White Fox ult ready to go to brawl through and keep the team sustained.
Strangling Prison comes on out from Ducky, locks down Kaya, who's just getting healed so well by Name. Here comes the Cosmic Guard Amplifier around the corner, blocked off by the portal, so they could use a little bit of cover, but the Eye of Agamotto is huge from RAD. Lugia sets them up, they burn the Kumiho and the Apex Predator, but it's enough to take
Hey,
down
good
Shikigami.
hold by RAD, bro. I thought they were losing the second point.
It
Wow.
will end here. RAD
Good
have
hold,
curse.
man.
They've
I thought
been
they
able
were
to
losing
hold
that.
out a triple cap.
I thought Shikigami was looking
they
like an
weren't able to
overtime
complete
team,
the
capping
full
all the
hold.
points in overtime.
Very true.
So now do we see like the continuation where both of these teams looked so much better on the offense? Shikigami with the Storm coming on out, and I think that's going to be something that a lot of these teams in the future are now going to have to be very aware of, that this is a swap that Shikigami will do in these last fights to make sure that they
I think
avoid
RAD could do
a full
this.
hold or potentially start
I think
with it
RAD could
and
win this
punish
if
you.
they don't
But
spend
that
a
in
lot
turn
of
has
time on first
ramifications where
point.
You have to start out with something on your defense that could counterplay that Storm. But
Yeah.
this was my concern, Tetcha. Shikigami, they got the Adam, they got the Loki through. And like RAD now have to go up against the litmus test of, can you avoid a full hold against a double res composition?
And not just that, they've gone for what might be, outside of if they maybe had Rocket instead of Lunar Snow, they've gone for what could be one of the most irritating compositions of all time to try and push into. Oh, you're trying to push it, you try to push it, you get some pickups. Okay, there's revives. Oh, you try and push it, you want to burst. There's greens and the fate of both worlds in this case. Oh, you try and push it, you get around the first corner. Surprise! There's a Groot and an Angela who both would like to introduce you to their friend, the Pit. It's a rough composition to push into, and RAD are going to have their work cut out for them. Crazy Kitty is going to have to get some big pickups here.
Yeah, and for Shikigami, since they're going for the Angela instead of like the Cap or the Venom, there's less opportunity for RAD to be able to punish the Angela's position, right? Like, you've got Crazy Kitty on the Wolverine, but you're not really going to have those grab opportunities.
I think it's
So
going to be,
what they're instead
if this
going to have to
fight
do is
does
play
take a
more
very
around the
long time,
point
the Cap
itself
first
as
point
opposed to
chat,
making a play for the
and
high ground.
Shikigami does
Before
get the double
Shikigami
res,
into having to take a turn,
that's
going to
be a problem.
Then use for the grab. Attempted freeze comes out. Lindstrom unfortunately does not find the connection, but regeneration domain is in play. Vanguard will be recovered, and we go right back into the neutral with Crazy Kitty now down.
Now they've got the corner as a little bit of cover to try and deal with RAD as they make their way in, but RAD take advantage with the high ground if they needed to. But now they're going to back up, reset. They've already managed to get themselves a little bit of distance. Name sets up some clones, continuing with the Loki firing squad to just pressure everyone who tries to step on up. You can see the flying Angelas, Wolverines, things, everything to try to take to the sky to take any high ground to see if they can isolate anyone. Kaya needs a little bit of healing here, but for now, Mash is going to pull the trigger first. Coming on in with an Eternal Bond. Kaya unable to find, gets locked down and crashes into the thing. Unable to get anyone into the pit, finished off, meaning the numbers advantage in favor of RAD as they
I
push them all the way back
fell
to the
in the
hallway.
pit.
Crucially as well, Name does not have Karmic Revival just yet. You'll have it up soon, the moment someone takes a little bit too much poke, and you can see that sort of fishing.
Yeah, that was a
At the
pretty
same
fast,
time, RAD are fishing to wait out Shikigami, committing one of their players a little
Ooh,
bit too fast. Find the
that's a
Griddle
big- that's a
isolation
big
and
pick.
Set up the elimination. Like you said, they get Frost Mountain, but Frost Mountain does have.
That's
self-res,
also
links himself
another
back into
huge
the
pick
fight
by
so that
killing
Name has
the
copy
Glartrox.
available. Doesn't look like he uses it now. He actually goes for the copy on
Oh!
Moonstone instead. As we get Apex Predator from Smash, they're still finding the eliminations through Name's Alteration. Strangling Prism from Ducky. good regeneration domain so that RAD can capitalize as well on the aggressive position of it. Means that they can go for more eliminations onto Shikigami, crucially getting
I think Rad's gonna probably win this, chat.
And it's up to Kaya to stall things out instead, coming back on the Venom, looking to keep this point in play for Frost Mountain to get a Karmic Revival cast.
Yeah, I think they win this. They have 4 minutes for this. I think they got this.
They burnt time and they built up ultimate charge, but now it's about that distance. There's the finish line at the very end of that.
I think they got this.
4
minutes. 4 minutes per second. They should be able to.
Just around the corner, but has no cocoon. If
the
they
back
get
line.
taken down, that's huge distance that could be gained by RAD.
Oh,
But they
poor
won't get it with
guy gets
Vertigo,
killed
who gets
instantly from the
absolutely
portal,
detonated.
dude. That's bad.
Oh no, Rad again, just not prepared for the strange teleport.
Oh,
Like,
dying
Vertigo
in front of your
is in
spawn door
dagger form
again.
instead of
That's
close, so
bad.
doesn't even get the opportunity to react with the dark teleportation. Mash 2 not able to use the regeneration domain in time to save his fellow strategist. And now Shikigami have all of the map space back. They've got the objective in control. Crucially for them too, Frost Mountain can be set up behind the whole team so that Rat just don't get an opportunity to get on top of the res position. Like, you can play far forward, you can hold the objective, you can trade your players. You're happy taking those trades because you know that you can buy them all back with the cost of the animal.
Trying to get some isolation on the smash this. He's able to dash away before getting caught out by Isindor's walls. Slow moving forward here by RAD. They are able to take space onto the objective. They're able to get the knockdown onto
Crazy Kitty, you cannot die again, bro. You literally, oh my god, chat. Chat. Crazy Kitty was popping off earlier, but he died first. Came back when his team, because he died first. He came back to his team, and then he died again first,
Yeah,
bro.
and this means that RAD are going to be
That's what I call a J3 play, man. You're not supposed to do that.
Opening eliminations, and then Shikigami will have 2 reses to be able to stabilize the team. Aya Agamotto catches onto Smashnez, leaves the Elsa vulnerable. We have Mash having to come through with the God of Mischief to just kickstart Rad's position forward into Shikigami's space. They've been able to take out the Doctor Strange, but crucially, not the Loki, not the Adam. Late Fate of both worlds comes on through from Name, holding their space so that the Karmic Revival comes through. Frost Mountain falls, but he's still got self-res, so those reses will still continue through this fight as late Elsa ultimate from the Apex Predator is used from Smashnez once the ultimate's done.
Strangling presence is being mirrored from both sides. The turtle
I don't know why you would use your Glartrox inside a support ult still, but I mean, it didn't really do much, but
they just used every they have outside of the Apex Predator, which just came off cooldown. RAD the same, except for last stand. Immediately Frost Mountain staying on the Adam. It's just trying to get some.
what the hell? What the hell is my Adam Warlock doing, bro? He's in the enemy team's backline. I didn't know I was queued with a backline Adam Warlock.
They can't lose that Loki to the Adam. Smashnez had to turn and deal with it, so we get the Apex Predator coming through from Layla's. Last time from Crazy Kitty, lands onto the backline, secures the elimination, and gets the summon to Name, but he's got the regeneration domain and stabilizes the rest of the team the moment that the CC has ended. Rad still wanting to make a play forward. Mash has the ultimate, but they're down both the Groot and the Wolverine, and this is not the fight to commit to it.
RAD have a huge amount of momentum here, but Shikigami hold one more time. RAD, they have the God of Mischief and nearly have clobbering time. That's a lot of.
Okay, he got off the Adam flank lock, chat. He's on Bucky now.
Just more crowd control while it's
He got off the Adam flank lock in a $50,000 tournament.
Without being caught out of position, that could be massive. But Mash gonna pull the trigger on the high ground to create the opening, create the pathway to push on in. Big diving into the backline, clobbering time comes on out, stuns out the entire backline. Ice Gallant, huge amounts of healing output as Kaya gets the Eye of Agamotto with the fate of both worlds from Name with the God of Mischief. Apex Predator from Smashnez.
Chat, bro, we might have a 3-0 here for Shikigami. There's no way.
Maybe a freeze, but I don't think they'll reach in time. They're looking to try and delay and force them off the point for overtime.
The combo. Like, Vertigo has to use Dark Teleportation to avoid Strangling Prison, or you're all getting caught by Groot. Oh, with follow-up Crack and Impacts. You've got the Loki clones, too. If you use those, free resets for Frost Mountain, and here we go. Again. Immobilization does come through. Ducky's able to come through with a Strangling Prison onto Frost Mountain, but they haven't been able to find the elimination onto the Winter Soldier, and Shikigami are pouring out Rad's chances of being able to flip this map. That down Lugia goes
Wow.
that down smash. Now
Wow.
desperately trying to touch in time
Wow.
on the Venom, but Shikigami have cleaned up the team. The Venom is hit.
Not over yet, chat. It's not over yet.
Stun CC. He's held for Eternal Bond from Vertigo, but
It's not over yet.
Lugia's coming back on a desperation Spider-Man. Trooper's Fist does still apply
It's
Earthbound
over.
status on this phase
It's
of
over.
this patch, and RAD lose the CD. Lose
Oh
the map,
my
and lose
God,
this
dude.
Series.
I
Shikigami
cannot
complete
believe
the
that
hold
RAD
and sweep
lost
out 3-0.
this match.
What a beautiful series. The numbers do not say what the actual result of that was, because that
Show me the
was
stats. Hold up. I gotta see the stats
3-0,
before you do the
and
predictions,
you
chat.
could
I gotta see the
barely
stats.
tell.
Show me the stats.
Just
Jarvis!
short of being able to push on in there, literally
Jarvis!
throwing everything at it. Venom, rush it. Spider-Man, rush it. Just touch the point. Don't.
That was a really
go
good game
down.
from both
But
sides.
Shikigami with one more hold. The
Wow,
Kraken
Leolaz did 40,000
but it's
damage. That's
enough.
crazy.
It's
40,000
still
damage, but only
time
7
on
final
the
hits. That was
board.
it was a
The
low
last
final
second
hit game from both
just enough,
teams.
and Frost Mountain showing just why they're so scary. That versatility. We saw them play.
It was a great game.
Wolverine, the Winter Soldier.
It might be a 3-0, but it was a really
so
close
flexible
game
this
between
game.
I
And
think
of
all
course,
these
we can't forget the
all
Arakoa.
these rounds have been close, chat.
Incredible performance by them.
But I think
I
you
think
guys
Kyle
are here
clutches as
for
well. When
the
RAD are
big
making that
money
move with
shift.
Eternal Bond, the fact they
RAD
actually
just
used
lost
Eternal
almost
Bond to
$3
actually
million.
get into the fight meant that they lost the activation of it to have the CC immunity to dodge Eye of Agamotto. So when Shikigami just like disengage, understand that RAD will be walking up the one side as Eternal Bond, and then they come through.
If you put
catching back the end of your
$250,000 on
ultimate to
Shikigami,
hit
you
4
just won
players
almost
with the Eye of Agamotto out of
$650,000.
6 and clean up that fight. That's the flip, basically, that allows Shikigami to be able to just complete the hold, because then RAD have to go in with like the Strange Tail